Money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Money makes the world go round, it makes the world go round. Money. We're all thinking about money and how to save it wherever possible. So today, Otho gives you a few more tips about how to save money in your household. You know, a street or a road or a highway is just a smorgasbord of opportunities for free food. I'm talking about roadkill. Now, there's nothing wrong with loading up the car with the family and going out to find some fresh roadkill. I was driving around just the other day, went by a fox that had been killed. I passed that up because it had been there for a couple of days. But then I saw a car run over a rabbit. Yeah, it just hit it, and the rabbit was lying on the side of the road. Well, Otho pulled over, scooped that rabbit up, and guess what? On the way home, I saw some apples that had fallen off some farmer's truck that were lying there in the road. Now, those apples would enhance the flavor of that rabbit when I cook it. And I'm going to get an extra benefit because I'm going to invite some friends over to share that dinner with me, and it didn't cost me anything. So think about some roadkill. Presents all kinds of opportunities to save money on your groceries. You know, Otho is on board with being frugal with automobiles. Consider buying a used vehicle that costs next to nothing, call it a clunker or a junker, and just driving that vehicle until it just quits running. And then you can just leave it on the side of the road and walk away from it. You save all kinds of costs on maintenance, and you know, if it's going to be reliable enough to get you around for a while and you just spend a couple of $100 versus tens of thousands of dollars for a new vehicle, just think about the cost savings over time. Now, another thing that Otho recommends is to just simply unplug everything in the house every time you leave for a period of time. Now, some people, they think, well, I just got to unplug my computer or a few things. But you would be amazed at how much electricity you save if you just unplug everything. Now, there is a downside to that, because when you come home, you got to plug everything back in. But in my head, I'm thinking that the cost savings will justify that. Unplug it all. Just try it. And here's another cost-saving tip. Ask for a dozen free samples and then not buy anything. Now, we've all tried an ice cream sample or two before picking the best flavor to, indulge an entire cone's worth. But if you don't care about enjoying a whole scoop and drawing the ire of a local business owner, just go for a dozen or more samples and then buy nothing. You can do that, the same thing down at the farmer's market, because they've always got samples of pork and all kinds of free foods. Just grab a handful or two, stick it in your pocket, and you probably get a meal out of that. And it didn't cost you anything. Now, Otho is all about eating left behind food at restaurants. I remember being in college and working at several restaurants, and people would send back steaks and prime rib, all the time, and shrimp. And as being a waiter, I was carrying all that food back to the kitchen. I just scrape it all off onto a plate and take that home with me. Saved a bunch of money on food. But, if you go into a restaurant, you can just kind of quickly look around and see where there's some food left over on the tables. And just dine off the table. It didn't cost you anything. And if you go to a buffet, I recommend taking a Ziploc bag with you and just filling it up to take food home, because you probably get 2 or 3 additional meals for the cost of one if you have to go out and pay for food. Another tip worthy of you thinking about is to capitalize on found food when you're out and about. I was on my bicycle the other day, and as I got hungry, and I reached into my backpack for one of those life-sustaining power bars. It's like 3 for $1. But as I was riding along, I spied what appeared to be a package of peanut butter cookies. You know those orange Day-Glo cracker sandwiches? They were unopened. What? And I thought to myself, well, why not pick that up and eat it for free? What could be the harm, you know? They were unopened. I'd save like 33.3 cents. Well, I took a big bite, and unfortunately, I was left thinking, oh, have you ever snacked on road tar mixed with powdered laundry detergent and poison? The crackers looked like crackers, but baking on the asphalt had transformed them into something else. So you got to be careful about picking up food that you don't know anything about the history of. Now, Otho's final tip has to deal with beating the heat, especially since it's summertime now. We're all concerned about staying cool. But you know, to run that air conditioner all the time, it's going to eat into your pocketbook. And so Otho came up with a strategy to stay cool and cut his electric bill just in astronomical ways. So what you do is you just cover yourself with cornstarch, because cornstarch will just absorb the moisture and it keeps your body cool, and it doesn't cost very much. Yeah, cornstarch. Clabber Girl or Argo or any of those, that doesn't cost but a couple of bucks, and you can get a lot of uses out of that and not have to run your air conditioner for days and days on end. Well, you ought to try it. It's a good way to beat the sweltering 100 plus temperature heat. Y'all have a good day.